Well, we've been waiting for this moment for nearly 15 years, and it finally happened.
Lucario, Hadouken!
Hey everyone, it's Mark. This is my recap for Pokémon Journeys episode 45, Sword and Shield 4, the Ultimate Sword and Shield. This was the 1130th episode of the Pokémon anime and the final part of the Sword and Shield story arc. And oh my god, this episode was amazing. This episode had everything. I mean, check out Bulbapedia's list of major events from just this episode. So much happened. I've got a lot to say, so let's get into it. The episode starts with Leon flying to the tower summit to confront Eternatus, while Team Rocket continue to get chased by Meowth. I was wondering how they were going to resolve this Gigantamax problem, and when they mentioned Giovanni by name, that seemed to get through to Meowth. It heads up to the tower summit as well, where Leon is getting ready to Gigantamax's Charizard in order to fight Eternatus. Just before we get an epic Gigantamax showdown though, Eternatus starts absorbing Galar particles, which not only prevents Leon from using his Dynamax band, but also reverts Meowth back to normal, before sending Team Rocket blasting off again. Well, that's one way to solve that problem. Do you think we'll ever see Meowth Gigantamax again? Rose says that Eternatus is absorbing the particles in order to assume its final form, and he says that it will be the ultimate Pokemon that will bring Galar infinite energy. Ash is having none of it, but Rose's strategy of having Ferrothorn defend while Caparaja attacks is pretty much stonewalling Ash, but he's got a plan. Go, on the other hand, does not have much of a plan to try and beat Oleana. I mean, Raboot vs Milotic is a complete mismatch on paper, and Go just spamming Ember over and over again was never going to get the job done. The episode starts jumping all over the place at this point between the three battles going on, with Leon and Go struggling, while Ash is able to get the upper hand on Rose by positioning Pikachu and Riolu so that they cause Rose's Pokemon to nail each other with Power Whip. Just as Ash gets the momentum, Eternatus fires a massive Dynamax cannon that goes through the entire Hammerlock Stadium, and this deals massive damage to Pikachu. Rose takes advantage of this and tells his Pokemon to directly attack Ash and Pikachu, but Riolu jumps in to block the attack. However, it looks like it's about to get crushed. Wait, guys, it's finally happening. Well, not yet actually. I think as soon as we found out that both Riolu and Raboot were going to evolve during the story arc, we were all hoping for an epic double evolution scene. Well, the anime is going to deliver on that, but the setup to it is kind of strange. Go has been trying to come up with a way to defeat Milotic using Ember since Raboot is dead set on using that move. Comes up with the very Ash tactic of jumping off the walls and firing a flurry of attacks, and it works. Okay, now we can finally get to what we've all been waiting for. Incredible. Ash has finally gotten a Lucario. The Pokedex mentions that Lucario can sense what is in people's hearts, which I'm guessing is a reference to the fact that Riolu evolves via happiness. It makes sense that it would evolve now, since Riolu was pushing itself past its limit trying to defend Ash and Pikachu, who are legitimately its family. Ash tells Lucario to use Vacuum Wave, but Lucario uses its aura to communicate to Ash, and he understands, switching his command to Aura Sphere. And oh, it was so satisfying to hear Ash say the words.
Lucario, Hadouken!
And guess what? Aura Sphere is absolutely OP. Ash and Lucario are going to be a problem to take down, I can tell you that right now. Not to be outdone, Go and Cinderace complete the double evolution sequence, and their Pyro Ball looks pretty overpowered as well. I hadn't really thought about it before, but Aceburn is an amazing name, especially for an anime character. Also, Cinderace seems to have reverted back to its Score Bunny personality, with it being openly affectionate towards Go. We really have said goodbye to our adorable little Riolu and edgy Raboot. Oh yeah, whatever happened to Sonia and Rayhan? Well, Rayhan takes care of all the Macrocosmos employees with ease before hitting on Sonia for a little bit and then running off to handle the rest of the rampaging Dynamax Pokemon. I did not know Rayhan's character was supposed to be a womanizer, but Sonia didn't seem to mind. Everyone meets up at the tower summit, and we get the mandatory freak out once Ash and Go realize their Pokemon both evolved. And wow, just take a look at this image. This is the squad for the rest of Pokemon Journeys. incredible. Anyways, we should probably turn our attention back to Eternatus, but Leon says that he and Charizard have finally got it cornered. He goes to catch it. Thank God, Leon is actually taking things seriously by using an Ultra Ball, but if Zapdos taught us anything a few episodes ago, it's that legendary Pokemon don't take these things lying down, and not only does Eternatus escape from the ball, it causes this huge explosion. Leon and Charizard jump in front of everyone to take the brunt of the attack, and this pretty much puts them both down for the count. To make matters worse, Eternatus has finally assumed its final form, Eternamax Eternatus. Rose is overjoyed at the sight of it, but even Oleana starts to realize this could be a problem. We first saw a preview of this scene when the new opening theme came out over 3 months ago, and now we finally get the climactic showdown versus Eternamax Eternatus. We get to see a triple attack sequence from Lucario, Pikachu, and Cinderace, and this was probably my favorite sequence in Pokemon Journeys so far from an animation perspective. I thought this looked absolutely incredible. However, their attacks don't even affect Eternatus. The ancient sword and shield start glowing, so Ash and Go declare that they'll become the legends from the story and save Galar. Right on cue, Zacian and Zamazenta make their arrival, saving the day from one of Eternatus' attacks. They use the ancient sword and shield to transform into their true legendary forms, and Sonia, who had showed up a little while ago and was watching over Leon, can't believe what she's seeing. I remember the scene was absolutely amazing when I played Pokemon Shield for the first time, and it was again here too, with Ash and Go teaming up with Zacian and Zamazenta for a legendary max raid battle. The big scary wolves start dealing most of the damage, and Rose is not a fan of this turn of events. Eternatus launches a massive Eternabeam attack, but we get a big counterattack as all 5 Pokemon return fire at the same time, and then the mandatory big epic explosions happen, signaling that Eternatus has been defeated. Then I could not believe what happened next, as Go pulls out a Pokeball, which starts Dynamaxing on its own, so Ash and Go throw it together, and catch Eternatus. Oh my god, I did not think they'd actually catch it. It registers on Go's Pokedex, so it's official. A main character has actually caught a legendary Pokemon for the first time ever. Amazing. With their job done, Zacian and Zamazenta fly off into the sky, which clears away the clouds, officially ending the darkest day. All the rampaging Dynamax Pokemon go back to normal, and the ancient sword and shield even come back to Ash and Go. Leon and Sonia come to congratulate Ash and Go, thanking them for saving Galar. Leon even calls them the legendary heroes, but Ash and Go disagree, saying Zacian and Zamazenta are the real heroes. Yeah, whatever you say, so modest and humble. The episode has been so action-packed up to this point that we're basically out of time, so the epilogue to this whole ordeal is wrapped up pretty quickly. We learn that Rose has gone into hiding, Eternatus' Pokeball has been sealed away, which is too bad, we never got to see Go use that thing. Sonia got promoted to Professor, and Ash and Go return the sword and shield to the shrine inside the Slumbering Wheel, and head back to Kanto. I'm giving this episode a 10 out of 10 rating. Seriously, I thought it was that good. This is the first 10 I've ever given, and I think it's totally deserved. It doesn't mean this episode was perfect and absolutely flawless, but I don't think many Pokemon episodes get better than this one. We got to see the evolutions we all wanted, the Darkest Day climax was epic, and everything worked out for our heroes. What more could you ask for? I don't have a whole lot else to say, other than that this episode was just fantastic. If we're going to be super critical for a moment, the only small things that I think prevented this from being a perfect episode is that, like I mentioned earlier, the Lucario and Cinderace evolutions were a little awkwardly edited since we had to keep jumping back and forth between the two. Maybe the editing could have been more smooth there. And the ending was pretty rushed too. They probably could have had a whole episode dedicated to the fallout from this story arc, but instead we got the highlights in about 60 seconds. Oh well. I'm going to save most of my speculation for another video I'm going to do where I'll discuss what's next for Pokemon Journeys. Where does the series go after this epic story arc? What happens now that Lucario and Cinderace are fully evolved just 45 episodes into the series? What about the loose ends like Rose running away? And will this be the last time we ever see Zacian, Zamazenta, and some of the Galar characters? I'll discuss all that and more in this video, which should hopefully be up in a few days. Or maybe by the time you're watching this, it's already out. Let's talk about next week, shall we? After all this craziness, the anime usually gives us a hard reset with a pretty chill episode without much action, but nope, not this time. Ash and Go are going from one legendary to another, with the next episode being called Battling and Catching, Mewtwo Rises Again. Signs are pointing towards this Mewtwo being the same one that Ash has met twice before, as hinted in the preview for the next episode. Over on my Twitter account, @EliteTrainerM, I post Pokemon facts and trivia every single day, and this week I'll be tweeting a bunch of trivia and history about Mewtwo in the lead up to next week's episode, so go ahead and check that out. I'll leave the link to my account in the description, so follow me if you like what you see. Last piece of news, as if this review wasn't long enough yet, is that they officially announced the English name of the upcoming Pokemon movie, which is Pokemon the Movie, Secrets of the Jungle. How special. I don't really get that excited for Pokemon movies anymore, especially after they changed to the alternate universe movies, but we've been hearing about this one for so long now because of the delays, so I will be excited once it's finally out. But yeah, that's all I've got. If you've watched any of my videos before, you may have noticed that I made some slight editing tweaks to this one, and one of those is that I made a dedicated outro, kind of like how I have my usual intro video. If you like the XY series of the anime, you should like the new outro. Before I throw it to the outro, do any of you guys play Pokemon Go, Pokemon Masters, or Mario Kart Tour? Because I play all of them, and I need some friends. Go ahead and add me using any of these friend codes or trainer IDs. I'll accept anyone who adds me in the next couple days. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you drop a like on it if you haven't already, and smash that subscribe button just like one of Ash's Lucario's Aura Spheres. Jeez, I still can't believe Ash finally has a Lucario. Alright, I'll stop talking now. I'll see you guys next time.